Once upon a time, there was a beautiful and serene valley where an elderly sage lived. His most cherished possession was his invaluable book, filled with wisdom and experiences gathered throughout his life. One day, a young disciple approached him and said, "Guruji, I also want to acquire knowledge like you. Please make me your disciple." The sage smiled and replied, "It's not that simple. To become my disciple, you must undergo a small test." The eager young disciple started preparing for the test. The sage handed him a blank piece of paper and said, "Fill this paper without using any tools, but listen carefully. There's one condition. Within an hour, bring back the paper without tearing or cutting it." The young disciple pondered over the challenge. How could he bring back the paper intact? However, the desire to become the sage's disciple compelled him to find a solution. He thought and thought until a brilliant idea struck him. As the hour with the sage began, the young disciple took the paper, and while walking, he noticed a small neem tree with a very thin branch. He carefully wrapped the paper in a neem leaf, creating a small packet. When he returned to the sage, he presented the wrapped paper and said, "Guruji, here is your paper." The sage asked in surprise, "How did this happen?" With a smile, the young disciple replied, "Guruji, I didn't tear the paper. It hid itself in the neem leaf, and I cut the neem branch instead. The paper returned, and the neem tree remained intact." The sage, pleased with his cleverness, said, "Very well done. You have learned an important lesson. Solutions to difficulties come by seeking them like eclavia. You are my disciple." Thus, the young disciple won the heart of the sage with his wit and understanding, becoming his beloved student. In that beautiful and serene valley, the flame of knowledge continued to burn brightly. Days passed, and the young disciple learned much from his guru. He had a question in his mind: is renunciation necessary for truth and enlightenment? The sage smiled and said, "Whether to take renunciation or not depends on your disposition and desire. Truth and enlightenment come from the heart, not the body." This answer expanded the young disciple's understanding and contemplative power. He studied more and grasped the core values of his life. When the time came to bid farewell to his guru, he moved forward with a serene and steady mind. The young disciple went to say goodbye to his guru. He bowed to him and expressed his gratitude. "Guruji, your grace and knowledge have shown me the true path. I will always be grateful for your teachings." The sage blessed him and said, "My child, in life along with time, you must also give the companionship of knowledge and experiences. Remember, in your quest for self-discovery, each difficulty brings new knowledge and experience." The young disciple embraced the sage's blessing and proceeded on the next phase of his life. His journey had just begun, but the radiant light of his guru's teachings continued to glow in his heart. This Zen story reminds us that life is a beautiful journey where the amalgamation of knowledge and experience must continue to illuminate our hearts. The dissemination of knowledge leads us towards truth and understanding, while experiences help us search for inner peace and stability. It is only by treading the paths of truth and enlightenment that we can truly embrace the essence of life. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for our next video. God bless you.